This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. So again, one of the more important things for us is if you tell us what's going on in your head. So kind of walk us through what you're seeing and what your experience is like. And then I know that you've had an opportunity to look for senior living recently for somebody. And so we're going to what I'd like to do is assign a task for you. I want you to go to the site and find a memory care facility that is a nursing home and that takes Medicaid.
Okay.
Sound familiar?
Yeah. A little bit, yeah.
Okay. All right. So
in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Thank you. In Knoxville, Tennessee. Yes.
Okay.
And again, you're welcome to poke and prod around and check things out. But
Okay.
The ultimate goal is to find a community that's a nursing home, memory care, and Medicaid.
Okay. Okay. So it looks like if I'm understanding this correctly, they have notes on exactly what each facility offers, which is super nice and convenient. I mean, this first one looks like it would be a nursing home with Medicaid available. Okay. Do you want me to select it? But I think I found it.
I want you to find an available apartment or unit.
Okay.
You can even book a tour.
And book a tour?
And book a tour.
Okay. Do you guys care what my password is?
No, we're probably going to dump all of these accounts.
Okay.
Anyway.
Making sure. Okay. Might be too soon. Let's do next week. Oops. I'm not sure what I just did. I'm not sure if it's my screen or not, but it's not giving me the option to scroll down over here. So I think that's why it's kind of kicking me out. But I think I can see the button down there,
Yeah,
so
I
I
can
can
see
click
that.
on that. Okay. Okay. So I've scheduled a tour. There's a support website, which is helpful too. What was the other item that you wanted me to do, Chris? See if they had an available room? Okay.
See if they have something available now that is appealing to you.
Oh, I like the picture and the layout. The floor plan is really cool. I was really concerned about my grandmother and whether or not she would have a roommate. So that is helpful. One bathroom shared. The bath is shared, not the room. I'm taking that as private room, semi-private Jack and Jill. Okay. Okay, available now, but I'm not quite sure.
I am going to, we're not supposed to interject, but there was one time that with the previous experience that we really found that we kind of fell flat on one. So I am going to tell you,
Okay.
which we wouldn't. See where it says floor plan, unit photos, unit availability, and
No photos.
no, but
I
it
just don't
does
have
tell
any
you
loaded
the
in.
availability of the unit and what the unit is. We realized that that was quite well hidden.
Okay. 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 And then was that also in reference to the note that I mentioned with selecting the actual room?
That was
What was
finding,
your question? Yeah.
Sorry, what was that, Chris?
We want you to find a community with the criteria I gave you and an available apartment that she could move into right away.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, I think I'm a little bit stuck right here. So this one says it's available now, but it's not super clear.
And that's where Alex said we sell kind of flat. So if you scroll up.
Oh, got it. Okay.
And you click on, yeah.
Click on which part?
Go to the floor plan. Go to the floor plan.
Right here.
So you've check marked private room.
Got it.
It's available. Now click on unit availability. There's the information about it.
This is the room available.
We realize we need to make that a little more clear. But just look at the information and tell us if that information is enough. Do you need more? Sorry, I'm leading you.
No, it's okay. Daily rate is 200. Personal storage, that's a nice note. Maybe what personal storage actually means, since that can vary. I'm not sure if you guys would necessarily know that per room. Thermostat, Wi-Fi, air conditioning. I mean, it's a little bit with the times, but and I'm not sure, maybe you would see this in another area, but the visiting hours or what they allowed was really important to us. So like if you can't have visitors past 6, it may be difficult with like some of the family who's working and the times that they're allowed to go in. And it may be that that's just standard for all nursing homes, but that was one that I was looking at. Granted, it was a lot because of the times in COVID and restrictions on those kind of pieces. But other than that, I think Medicare, Medicaid, that's very helpful. The other, well, I'm not sure if this is something that you would be able to even share. That would just come naturally when you have a conversation, but I'm not sure if like this specific room that I'm booking, this is saying that it accepts Medicare or Medicaid, or like if you call, then it's certain rooms are dedicated to Medicare and certain rooms are, private. That kind of kept coming up too with us. But okay, this seems like enough information. Deposit not required. That was another big one. Care fee not included. Okay, and then you have a map over here for the distance, which was one that was important to us. It may be helpful. I'm not sure if this is like a make or break or how much extra work it is, but I know on some of the sites that I had seen, there was actually like a note, and it may have been on the last screen of in order of like distance, or you can filter it. I think I saw you guys had a filter. But distance from our specific location was also something that was important to us. But other than that, I think that looks like all the information that I was looking for, at least.
Good. Now go ahead and just poke around on the website and give us your thoughts.
Okay. Just an email. That's nice. Okay. I'm not sure if something is supposed to. Okay. Oh, a new community is my account, I think, is what that's saying.
You need to go back to go to the site. So, and thank you. That was one of the things that I kept feeling like that clicking the logo should take you all the way back to the home page, but thanks.
Oh, yeah. No problem. Oh, your community is the actual. Got it. A guidebook is really, really nice. Because I had no idea what I was doing whatsoever. And a lot of the information that I kept getting was super outdated. Like the Medicare website is really, really, really nice. Licensing based, all of this is awesome. I really like that. That would have been really helpful. Mm.
And since you're kind of poking around, I want to throw a leading one in.
Okay.
Try to find some articles that will help you.
Okay. Over California. Um, okay.
You're lost. Yep. Where to
Oh no,
find it.
sorry. I thought I found them. Sorry, I should have said something. Were these the articles you were talking about?
Yep.
No. Okay.
Those are some links to other sources.
Up here?
Oh. So here, go to upper right corner. There's a little thing there, and if you go to your resources, was hoping you were going to stumble in there, but
Got
we
it.
need to do a better job.
A guidebook, I'm assuming. Um, okay.
Pretty well hidden. So if you go back to those resources, uh, see the articles on the side.
Ah.
Like I said, it was really well hidden because
No,
I'm
no, it's okay. Okay.
curious how these resonate.
I like these. Um, but I do agree, and they were a bit hidden. Um, but I also don't know if I don't know the right way to say this, how visible it necessarily needs to be, because people are kind of probably just trying to like come in and get out. And I think that they would probably have already Googled some of this or would stumble across it as they're, um, going through all of the rest of the site. But I think it's a nice option to have, definitely, to just have some like current events, for lack of a better word. Um,
Chelsea, I'd like you to click on some of the tools there, like maybe the lifestyle preferences.
Lifestyle preferences.
Living
Like this one?
preferences. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mhm. Mhm.
And for these testing purposes, you can just click any random buttons and just give
Okay.
us your
You don't need
experience at the
actions.
end. Yeah, you don't put a lot of thought into it.
Non-smoking. So for this piece, I think I don't know how much work it is, but I would have thought that it would maybe then like spit out a list of communities that highlight those items. Otherwise, I'm not quite sure what the need is to fill it out. Since you would just go through and look for each of those on whichever community that you're working on or looking at.
So you're
But I
saying
like,
you'd like to be able to select preferences and then have it spit out communities as suggested properties?
yeah, or just not.
I think maybe what you're leading to is that this becomes a filter for you later, that as you search for properties, that tells you how they matched against this. Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I think you meant.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, exactly. But I mean, it's nice to like have areas where you can put your notes down. But yeah, exactly, like a filter type thing.
Mhm.
Mm. Mm. Okay, so this is like if you're looking at that timeline, here is your checklist. This is nice. I think that I would tend to fly a bit past it and maybe come back to it later after I had like found a number of communities that I was interested in to then kind of game plan. Resources for seniors. Do you want me to keep going around in this one or?
Yeah. Maybe go back to let's see, go back to the homepage.
Okay. Okay, so I'm assuming this takes you back to those tools. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Oh, back to the same. Okay, so this is just signing into what the main, I've already done that piece, I guess. Okay. Okay, so that's your resources. Here's how to create an account. Research is nice. I like highlighting that piece. I want to see what that says. Okay, that is the actual list. I thought that said. I'm a little bit lost. I thought that said just research. Okay. This is researching the same, just a different avenue to do it. And then your resources are kind of what I was thinking research was.
What would you have done to save that community that you found, show somebody else? Hey, I found this thing for you.
Um, I don't.
It's well hidden. I didn't think you were going to find it. It's the heart.
Mm,
You see that heart?
this one?
Yeah. So now
I
if you
mean,
go to
that may be me. I'm bad with using those favorite
no,
items on
no,
any
no,
website, not
I
just here.
just wanted to point out that we said that there's certain things that we're going to think are so obvious and people won't see them at all. So that's one of them. So if you go now to the upper right and you do that drop down, and you go to your favorites,
Mm,
that would have
okay.
been it.
And here, gotcha. Yeah, I would have never.
Nope. You're person number two that completely missed that.
Okay.
And then also, Chelsea, go back to the actual property. Just click on it, the favorited one, and next to the heart, do you see the share?
Yes. Oops, sorry.
And it's not connected, but you could share it with your family and friends.
Oh, okay. Like in an email or something like that.
Right.
What happens if I click on my name? Okay, so if I were to go back and keep trying to find something, if I were to if if there was like a note or something that said like save to my account or something that kind of is triggering me to then click on my name, I would connect that dot, I think, because if it's saying save to your account, save to your name or something, I know that it's associated with like me specifically.
So spell it, yeah,
So
the
that
point
might
here
be a
is
way.
spell it. We got the real estate. Spell it out in English. It doesn't need to be hidden with trying to get people to figure out what a heart means. Because we already have a ton of
Right.
badges, so that's yet another badge. So I think it's easy to ignore it. Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Chelsea, click on my favorite tools back in your profile. My right fit tools down below.
Down here?
No, it's up by the card. Right there. Keep going. Right there.
Oh, okay. And here's where that connects to all of the other.
Yeah, I think that's too clever. I think, Christina, they need to be just one on top of the other.
Mm-hmm.
I think this multimodal where we have one thing and then you click it, something else appears is a consistent stumbling block.
Also, I mean, I kind of just breezed past it because it's a lighter gray, which I thought meant that I can't click on it.
Gray.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what I was thinking.
I thought it was like a block or lack of a better word. Okay, now I kind of want to go back and look at those tools again though really quickly because now that I see that they connect to my account, I can see that they're valuable, where before I was thinking that they just kind of like, you could download them as a PDF and then they went away. But where? Here. I think you guys should put flag these out on the main. I think you may have said that. But maybe get started, like how you have it. Okay, cool. Okay. This is helpful. The tour tips, I definitely like.
That will be searchable, but that release isn't
And
out yet.
Okay.
Kind of just like the same thing as the glossary, you know, like where you search at the top.
Okay, so if I go here, this is what I care about the most, is what I've favorited. And when I click on it, I'm able to still see the price and all that. Is there a way to get this little blurb? And that might be something that's in one of the tools. Let me see. Okay.
It isn't, but give me the question.
So I don't know if I'm looking back at all of these, I would have some sort of I would be jotting down the notes of the costs, kind of that little blurb that was the room, all of that. It would be nice if you have a list of 6 of these communities, if you can pull that here so that you can just see each one below, as opposed to clicking back in and remembering, was this the $200 a night one? Was this the $400 a night one?
By notes. And by notes, do you mean literally a little box of notes that is there visible when you're on your commute? So when you're on there, you know, there's you favorited it or whatever, and you know, which is going to be more obvious. And then there's your notes, your private notes that when you come back to your favorites, it just underneath there gives, because it might be, don't go with, Christina. She's a really, shark there for the sales manager. Go with somebody else. You might literally have a note like that you want to put in. So freeform, is that kind of what you were thinking, or?
So that that definitely, I made, when I was doing this, I made my own Excel doc tracking all of that stuff off on the side. It would be nice if it was in one place. It would be nice almost if when you have these listed out, you have your site, the notes that they have, so the notes that are in the floor plan section. Here, that little blurb, and then maybe a free for all over here where you have it, and then your next favorited one down is down here, and then it keeps kind of going like that. So then I could write over here exactly don't go with this one, or second choice, whatever I wanted to say, is at least how I would.
Let me ask you something. So adding additional information out of there, we also know that you have to go down a rabbit hole to go get the pricing, for example. So that needs to be improved. But I think it is your spreadsheet. Might have been that it was yours that we looked at, or some unfilled version of it.
Yes.
And so one of our thoughts was we could actually have people put their own list together, because I don't think there is the list. You know, if somebody, it's what matters to you, you know,
Mhm.
distance may not matter, you know, so why have a list of 27,000 questions? You know, so it might be that we give people an ability to add their own list of questions and be able to answer it for themselves, for the community. But here's my question. And try to, you know, answer it honestly. In your search that you're doing, this requires you learning a little bit how to do it, right? It's not like it's a user interface. You know, you have to spend time to add in the questions and so on. Would you have done that if the site offered it to you?
Oh yeah, yeah. I did in my first round when I did this with my grandmother.
But would
Um,
you spend the time on this on the site itself learning how to do it? Because even if, you know, we do it, but any user interface takes a minute to learn, right?
mhm.
You would have, it would have been nice to just have it all in one place. You know, that.
I still, so yeah, when I did it, it was enough. I mean, I get to you're dealing with a lot of different audiences, and I'm not specifically like your sole audience. I'm very familiar with Excel and stuff like that. So I definitely hear you, and it takes time for people to kind of understand it. But it was just like it was basically yeah like a here are your favorited sites, and then here are places where you can add notes. Um, my notes were things like takes Medicare, doesn't, which is really nice that you guys already have that here, but notes like that I made there. But yeah, I mean, if there was a spot here for just said like your own notes or I don't know, whatever, I would definitely use it to be able to flag back as opposed to having to go back and click on each site to remember which one I had. And then I would just have my whole list with all of my notes. And then I would be able to share that with my family, is what I did.
Okay.
But um,
Chelsea, would you click on the summit view? Just click on the details, pull up the whole thing. Click on it. Yeah. And scroll down. See where it says community PDF listing? Scroll up. Above request a tour. Right there. Purple. Oh, it's not working.
I think it
Okay.
might not work on this community, that there might still something. Can
Yeah.
you pick a different community?
absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Because
just that particular one.
yeah, we've been
We
goofing
know.
with it.
So hit the back. Yeah, there you go. And just pick any other property and go to that same location, community PDF listing. Would something like that help? Where you can put your notes?
Yes. Yes. But I still like seeing it on one page quickly.
Okay.
This I
All of
think
your
is
favorites.
yeah, so that I can what I would try to build out for like my family is like here's a one like nothing that you have to click in, like here's a like piece by piece. And then from
Hmm.
those decisions, then you could go to something like this and click in it because this is really cool too. Um,
And then I'm going to lead you again. So go back to the detail page of the whole community and scroll down to the floor plans and click on PDF listing right there. And I think I heard you say you'd like to have all the details of the pricing that's specific to that unit.
Hey, we get a hard stop at the top, right, Christina, of the hour?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I have another beta tester.
So this was very, 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 very helpful. You know, and sorry to cut it, cut it short, and it really was helpful. Like because we discovered some new things. Definitely you're on the higher technical end, so it helped us give, with that perspective too, so that was super helpful. And also it helped reinforce that a few things that we thought were already wrong, that you found them too. And okay, now we really do know we need to fix them. So I really appreciate the time. We'll stop this recording.